This video will be over dividing exponents. Okay, so if you didn't already write this down, make sure you did. There is kind of a trick where you can subtract a minus b, and that's really for the most simple ones. But we're going to get into the complex ones pretty quick, to where we're dealing with negative exponents. And x to the negative a power is really 1 over x to the positive a power. So really, if you look at this, it's kind of like if this is, if you put this over 1, x to the negative a over 1, okay, it's the same thing as that. It's equivalent to that. If a negative exponent is on the top, it goes to the bottom. In the same token, if I have 1 over x to the negative a power, it goes to the top. So if I have a negative exponent in the bottom, it goes to the top. If I have a negative exponent in the bottom, or in the top, it goes to the bottom. So it's just kind of like an inverse operation there. All right, so I think we got to keep that in mind. All right, so here's 3 examples. Progressively get a little bit more difficult. But here we go. So again, if you look back at the rules, it says just do 5 minus 8. All right, and you would get x to the negative third, which we would end up having to put 1 over x to the third. But let me show you why this is. Again, when in doubt, expand it out. So this is really 5x's multiplied, and this one's actually 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And x divided by x is just 1. And that actually happens 5 times. So remember, I said x divided by x, or if you look at this, 5 of these x's, so x to the 5th divided by x to the 5th is 1. So this really became 1 up here. And then what's left over? I have 3 left in the bottom. So 1 over x to the third is my final answer. Again, the rule says that you can just do 5 minus 8, get x to the negative third, and then you just have to know that if I have x to the negative power, it goes in the bottom. Okay, because you can think of it like this. It's on top. If it's negative, to make it positive, put it in the bottom. It's kind of a trick there. Alright, so this one here, I have x to the negative fourth on top and y to the negative fifth on the bottom. And there's an x squared on the bottom also. So, like I said, if it's on the bottom, it moves to the top. So this goes up top. This y to the negative fifth. This one here goes to the bottom. It joins the x squared. X squared times x to the fourth. And then we just put together what we can. So y to the fifth, x squared times x to the fourth is x to the sixth. All right. Example number 3 here. I have 3/6 out front. That reduces to 1/2. So I'll take care of that. And when I'm looking at this problem, I want to take care of all of the negatives. I don't want a negative exponent. So I have a negative up top. To make it positive, I need to put it in the bottom. I have a negative in the bottom. To make it positive, I got to put it in the top. So that's all I'm going to do. Basically, this is going to come up here. That's going to go up there. All right, so I'm just going to rewrite. Now, m squared is still up there. So I have m squared times this m to the negative second, when it goes up top, becomes positive. Just going to rewrite the p to the third, and this q to the fourth is going to come down here. So this moved, so that's gone. P to the sixth is still there, and q to the fourth is going to join the q to the third. So I just moved a few things around. Now I can put things together. Okay, the next step is going to be to put the m squared in the m squared times m squared is m to the fourth, and q to the third times q to the fourth is q to the 12th. So I'm just going to rewrite that. 1 over m to the fourth, p to the third, over 2. Now I'm going to write the q next because that's q to the 12th, just so you can see that I have a p to the third and a p to the 6th that I still need to finalize. So there's 3 p's up top and there's 6 p's on the bottom. So all three of these would cancel out on the top, and there would be 3 left on the bottom. So that's one way you can do that. If the whole thing cancels out, just cross the whole thing out, and then how many's going to be left over, rewrite with the p on the bottom. So I have 1 m to the fourth over 2 q to the 12th, p to the third.